What is up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Bromance podcast brought to you by Get Real Vlogs. Today, I have another special guest, the one and only JJ Shoeman with his Kickin' Adventures.
What's up?
JJ, how are you today?
I'm good. How are you, man?
I'm doing great.
Awesome.
First off, for people who are watching who have never watched me before, this is JJ. JJ, tell the audience a little bit about yourself.
Well, where do I begin? Okay, so I'm a YouTuber, just like Dean here, and we like basically the same things. We like abandoned places. We like to go exploring. One thing I do that a lot of people don't mix it up with is I do a lot of hiking also, and I kind of add that into the whole aspect of my channel. Just broaden it a little bit and have a variety for different people, and actually maybe show people different places to go and do stuff. You know, that's basically what I do.
That is really cool. So, guys, fun fact before we get started asking JJ a few questions. So, I got into the whole exploring thing, and that's kind of what my YouTube is based off of, other than this podcast. But when I was younger, before I even started filming, I was looking for all these places, and I kind of ran across this guy named JJ Shoeman. And he had this awesome video, and he actually helped me find one of the biggest places in Virginia that I filmed, that I went to, that I really enjoyed. Didn't think much of it, because this was when I was like 21, 22, and I'm 26 now. So 4 or 5 years ago, I started, I watched him, and I didn't continue to really watch him. And then, I started getting into the filming. I started trying to find other people around the area who do the same thing. And I forgot, did I contact you, or did you contact me?
You contacted me.
Okay.
And I don't remember about what it. I wish I could remember what it was about.
It was through Facebook.
It was through Facebook. You, I think you wanted some information on one of the places I've been, and I can't remember exactly where it was. But needless to say, we talked about collabing together, and then that's what happened.
We talked about a lot of things. I shot some stuff off him because he's been doing this for 5 or 6, 7 years. Filming wise,
wow, yeah.
And I know he's got a lot of knowledge on these places, and I wanted to pick his brain, and he would do a little bit back, and then I'm pretty sure he's like, hey, I'm checking this place out. Yes. Do you want to come? And I was I was a little sketched because I was a little worried because I've never done an exploring, and at this point I was like, holy crap, this was the guy that I started watching that led me to all these places in Virginia. I was a little nervous, and he has almost 5,000 subs. Which, doesn't sound too much, but for our area and what we do, it's pretty hard to get.
It took me a couple years to get that.
Once I started getting into it, I didn't think it was much, but now that I'm into it, I'm like, wow, 5,000 takes a while to do.
It takes a while, and you got to take people to be interested in your stuff, too.
In your niche or whatever.
Yeah, because, you look at it this way. I have I think almost, not over, but I have almost 1 million views on one
video.
But I only have 4,000 subscribers. And now, that just shows you, some people may watch a video and not like my content.
Exactly.
Or, so it really takes time for people to get the people that are interested in your stuff to come, check it out. So, but when in time, it's worth it because you will get a lot more. As you know, you get a lot more subscribers.
And we did a video together. It wasn't weird at all. It was like, it flowed well. We both got along real well.
What was that? That was the
1800 railway.
Yes. That was actually a really cool I like that place.
That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
And we did it, and it was awesome. And I was like, there's no way that he's going to want to do this again. It was cool and all. Maybe he's just trying to get a little of my subs. But no, we were both like, we're not here for that. We enjoy this. We live pretty close together. And we're just like, let's keep doing this. Let's go on adventures together.
Yeah.
And it just kind of clicked. And from there on, we've kind of been partners in crime for a while. Just doing our own thing / collabs. Just, he's got his own videos. I have mine. We go on them together. But they're same, but we also both have our own personalities.
Yeah, exactly.
Tell us a little bit about yours. Because they've seen mine. People who are watching have seen most of my stuff. They may not have seen all of yours.
What are you asking? Like my...
Just your general flow, like what are you keying on? What is your thing? Because I know you really take your time. You focus on things.
Yeah, and then that's the thing. It's hard. It's a really hard question, actually. I didn't think it would be that hard to answer this, but it is. What I like to do is try to find the most memorable moments when I'm filming. You know, I've been on multiple adventures, but there's always certain spots and places in maybe the abandoned places or the trails that I've been at that I want to focus on a little bit more and kind of show you guys at home, you know, what I'm looking at, what you can see if you come here, what to look for when you come here, what is some of the most I don't know, I would say beautiful places, prominent points, places that you'll remember for the rest of your life, you know. And as far as the personality, you know, I'm just really outdoorsy. You know, I really love to get up and go. I'm very spontaneous. I've always been like that. You can watch that in my videos.
We were today. Today we were like, right. We started in one place, we ended up in a whole other place.
Exactly. We just had one place to go today.
We had one, and it ended up to like 3, and then it ended up into a podcast.
Exactly.
Who would have known? That's just us. That's us. We're fun.
And that's the main thing you got to take out of this is just to have a good time. Don't listen to the haters. Anyone that wants to start out, because there's going to be plenty of them. But yeah, just go out there and have fun, you know, and just enjoy the life. It's better than doing. You'll get a bigger high on this than you would on any drug or anything like that. So if you do go out and do this, you know, it's worth it. The adrenaline rush that you get. I didn't say that right now. I didn't. It's everything that gets your blood flowing. You know, it's what you need. You know, so yeah, it's definitely. It shows a lot in your personality when you watch the videos as an explorer. You know, it kind of shows the people who you are.
And people start, like, through these videos, they start to feel like, even if they're thousands of miles away, they start to feel like they're your friend, like they know you. I know for me, seeing big name YouTubers, watching them and loving what they do, I feel like I know them personally. And we hope through our videos, and I know JJ's had people reach out to him, and I've had a lot for me also, where people just they feel like they can just come to us, which we love.
It's almost like family, you know. It really is. It's like it's a weird family vibe. It's like I wouldn't say dysfunctional, but it's like one of those things where people feel comfortable talking to you, and they just want to let you know, even if it's through a text or something like that, or on Facebook or anything, that they enjoy and they appreciate your time. And that takes a lot, of somebody to come out and say, "Hey, you've changed my life."
It's really cool. It means a lot,
and that means a lot to us. And that's what we're looking for.
All right, guys. So I have a couple questions, maybe a little bit different than what JJ's expecting, but let's start off not with the abandoned, but let's keep on this YouTube track. What would you say to an up and coming YouTuber who doesn't think that they're doing well or doesn't think that they're going to go anywhere?
All right, yeah. First thing I want to say, that's a good question. The first thing I want to say is when you first start off, you're not going to make it big. I think we both all know that. Everybody that's kind of start off really low. I stayed at about 50 subscribers for about a year, and I'm almost up to 5,000, which is amazing, and I appreciate every single one of you guys. But to encourage the new YouTubers, don't give up. Go out there, keep on doing the videos, keep on pumping them out. And the worst thing that could ever happen is, you don't make it big. That's fine. But guess what?
What do you lose?
Yeah, what do you lose? You got all these memories now on YouTube that you can watch at any time. When let's say you're in your 20s when you go out, 60s you can put on YouTube. There you are.
See yourself young.
Yeah, it's just it's a lot of nostalgia you can put into it too. So don't think about it like I got to make it big. I got to do crazy stuff or stunts, which I did think that way when I first started.
Me too.
It's not about that. It's about you having a good time, and it's about you exploring the places you want to explore. And then it all kind of comes together. So just go out and have fun. Don't worry about the subscribers or anything like this. Go out and have fun with it, and just keep on going. Don't get discouraged. And a lot of people do. A lot of people want to quit, but
I thought that way.
Yeah, it'll take years. Sometimes it won't even happen. Who knows? I mean, but at the same time, you're still having one of the best times of your life.
My whole point that you guys have heard, and I'm going to keep saying this in every video. My whole thought was, even if I don't make money off of this, I'm still going to do it. You know why? Because I love doing it. Money is a plus, but even if I made $0, if I got 0 views, you know what? I honestly probably would still do this because I'm making memories today with JJ. He started his first podcast ever today. Yeah. I was here to film. I have a picture of him in his first ever. And if this blows up, I get full credit for this picture, guys. I have a picture
That's it.
in the studio that we're in
Yeah.
where he's speaking his first words on his first ever podcast.
Very true.
JJ's Kickin' Adventure podcast. And I got to be here for it.
That's awesome.
If he gets no views, guess what? I'm still having fun right now.
I got you as a view.
Hey!
And you know, it want to chime in on what we were talking about earlier about, you know, people being discouraged or anything like that, or the new upcomers to YouTube. I'm going to tell you something in my personal life. I have never explored different countries or anything like that. Never even thought about going across the world or anything like that until I started my YouTube channel. I have been to Cambodia, I've been to Thailand, I've been to Japan. I've been to a lot of places now in the East, and I've never really adventured anywhere until I started doing my YouTube. My YouTube brought me to these new places.
It makes you want to go.
It makes you want to go. It makes you want to document your time. Even if no one watches it, you can always go back and watch it as like a vacation video or something.
Yeah, because your phone, it only has so much storage. You can only do so much. And it's like, but once you put it on YouTube, yes, you can watch it, which is important. Others can see it too, but it's always there, and you can always see what you did and look back at those times.
And it's also, you know, if you go somewhere like, I don't know, say you go to the beach or something like that. You don't just go, when you're a YouTuber, you don't just go to the beach. You go there to find all these other little cool things that are around the area to either explore or go just check out, you know. Like, normally you might not even do that if you weren't a YouTuber. You know, sometimes I remember going to the beach back in the day and never going outside my hotel to the beach. And now I would go to like a museum or, you know, or a carnival, anything. And I film, you know, so it brings your life into a new perspective. You know, it brings you into new heights. You can go and check out all these cool things that normally you probably wouldn't even look up, you know.
So I have a few more questions, but before we get into what I want to ask you about what you and I bond over, tell me a little bit about this Vegas trip that's coming up for you. I know that you're going to Vegas.
Yeah.
Tell my viewers, he's not just going to go crazy and gamble. This guy, this is what adventure brings to you. Tell us what you're doing.
So yeah, and I'm trying to get Dean to come with me, so hopefully
we'll see.
Fingers crossed he'll get to come. And you know, when people think about going to Vegas, all they think about is gambling and partying and all that. Yeah, we're not doing that. We're actually going to go, and we're going to go see the Grand Canyon.
Wow.
The Hoover Dam.
Whoa.
And there's multiple other places that we're going to go, but I'm not going to tell you everything because I kind of want to be a surprise. I will tell you this one last one that I feel like I personally feel like it's going to be really neat. They have a graveyard of all the old Vegas signs.
I think that's so cool.
And at nighttime, they actually light up a lot of them.
Mind blowing.
So you're just going through a whole like a junkyard basically, but it's all these big Vegas signs. And I'm amazed, as you can see, you know, these lights are like, I love lights, you know, I just can't get enough of them. And yeah, I feel like that's going to be a pretty cool trip. And it's not just about partying; it's just all about exploring. I mean, you can gamble anywhere. I mean, not anywhere, but when you go to gas stations,
most places you can.
You can now, yeah. But you know, it's not even about that. It's about seeing all the other stuff that people really don't think about. So yeah,
that's really cool.
Yeah,
I'm excited.
I'm excited if you get to come.
If I get to come, I'm excited.
Yeah,
even if I don't, I can't wait to see your videos and just hear about your stories there.
It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be awesome.
So also, let me ask 2 more questions that you can kind of tie in. First off, do you remember the first ever, it doesn't even have to be filmed, but first ever place, or what led you kind of, maybe even at a young age, the adventurous of going into an abandoned place? Maybe one of your first, or one that just stands out, like that's what started it all. And then also you can tie in after that, maybe 2 of your favorite places you've been to.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Well, the exploring, the first place I ever went to that actually explored that was I guess you would say it was abandoned definitely in the 90s, was the Swananoa.
That's so cool.
And I went up there back in, I would say 96 or something like that. It might have been my first time ever going up there. It was at nighttime with my girlfriend at the time. And yeah, it was pretty spooky. So that, I feel like that kind of was the first leap. But the first video, is just hilarious, It was the Swan and Noah video.
How ironic.
I made that my first video
cool.
ever. So if you guys ever go and scroll down my YouTube channel, one of the
Back to the good old days of 5 years ago.
Yeah, man. When my camera was what just a Galaxy One. I don't even know what it was.
It wouldn't even.
It was something very cheap, and the camera skills were horrible, and I just went, I winged it. But anyways, that was actually, ironically, the first video I ever did. It was probably the first thing that kind of started it off. And I suggest anybody to do that place. They do have open houses and stuff.
Can't wait.
So yeah, you can definitely go up there, legit and stuff, and check it out. And the two videos that stick out in my mind, well, man.
It doesn't have to be videos. I'm sure you did film them, but just two places that are just like, this was amazing. I loved it.
Yeah, that's tough. Because I really got to rack my brain. I've been to so many. It's kind of hard because I don't want to say the wrong place because there's so many places that I've been that were there was just so much, either history or a nostalgic feel to me maybe, but oh man, yeah, that's really hard. I would definitely say, once again, Swan and Noah is definitely on the very. It was probably second. It's not number one. It was definitely probably the second favorite place I've ever been because there's just so much to explore,
and it's close to home.
It was close to home for me, and it was just so much at the time to see. I have a lot of nostalgic feel when I go there,
definitely,
because of when I was a teenager and stuff. Yeah, that was definitely probably one of the coolest places. But I will say this. I think that probably my favorite abandoned place it's gonna probably not sound too weird to you guys, was definitely the Fugitives train crash.
I thought you were gonna say that. I knew you were gonna say that.
I think it was number one because when I want to say the movie was in the 90s.
Fugitive was the 90s.
It was the 90s. Okay, I thought it was with Harrison Ford.
Good old Han Solo.
Yeah, Han Solo. And
somewhere around here, right?
Yeah,
he's over there.
And when I walked down there, the way I had to find that place, and I tell you why.
You told me.
It was pure luck, because if you guys ever watch the video, I'm in Dillsburg, North Carolina. That's where it's at, and you go across the people will tell you on the internet, where to park, how to get across to it, but they don't tell you how to get down to the train itself. Because where you park at is this electric, I want to say it's not a plant, but it's a little electric place. And you walk across the street, and you got the fence all around where the woods are. So you can't go down there. So what you have to do, you got to backtrack and go down the road, which... This was crazy. I saw two trucks sitting on the side of the road. And I was going down the road, and I said, well, something's there, because why is there two empty trucks in there? So I stopped and went up and walked up there. And yeah, there was actually a little path going down to the train track.
People probably have...
Yeah, but here was the thing. So when you get down there, it stops. Okay, midway through. This is a very steep hill. Okay?
This is kind of crazy.
This is actually the train ride for the Great Smoky Mountains. This is part of the attraction to it. So you're in some mountains at this point in time. Dillsburg's got a lot of mountains. And when you're going down the hill, it cuts off midway. And you got to walk over, I would say, to your left where the train is. And then there's, it all ends. And then there's a big dip with nothing but, red mud and all this kind of stuff.
Clay?
Yeah, clay,
wow.
Basically. And it was almost impossible. I barely made it back up that thing, and I'm not gonna lie, that was one of the hardest challenges I ever did, was running up and getting up that, because every time you would grab, it would break. Yeah, and then you would just fall back down. So because it was so steep. But when I got down there and I actually went onto the train and got to get that feeling, I'm on a movie set.
You made it.
I'm on an actual movie set. This is actually part of something that I loved when I was a teenager. A movie that I really enjoyed.
Why is it still there?
They made it an attraction for the Great Smoky Mountain.
Oh, just to drive by?
Yeah, well, the train that goes around, it's a tourist train, basically. It's just part of it. It's gimmicky, basically.
Can you get out?
No, you can't. That's the thing.
So what you did was wild.
Yeah, it's wild, and I don't I don't suggest that to everybody. You know, some people, you gotta be careful. You're not really safe on a train
No
track.
matter when you do this stuff, there's always some form of risk.
There's risk, and I did it by myself, which is very scary. But
that's great.
I wanted to go, and there was no one available to go with me, so I had to go and do it myself. Very risky. Don't suggest it to everybody. If you got somebody with you, yeah, sure. And there's no trespass sign, so you're fine. But you shouldn't be bound on train tracks regardless. But
we need to go to this. You need to show me this place.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
You need to show me this.
And the bus is still there too. That's another thing.
You definitely need
the Illinois Correctional Center bus is still there.
I need to go to this place.
And it was just it's something that words can't explain how awesome it feels to be part of movie history. Yeah, that was definitely number one.
That's awesome. So, you told me so much. We could go on for hours. I definitely will have you back on this podcast with me, talking about more things. I'm excited for more of your podcast. I actually got to be his first guest, which is really cool. I can't wait for his to pop up. This will go up very soon. JJ, thank you so much for being on my podcast today.
Thanks for having me.
And I'm going to let JJ sign us out with his little thing.
As always, be easy.
And stay rad.
Later, guys.
Thank you guys for watching the Bromance podcast, and we'll see you next time. Peace.
Peace.